Hey guys, I'm Muscleman Warrior 92 and welcome to the channel. It's Halloween again, so you know what that means. New cartoon horrors right now. Now today, we're going to be looking at an episode of a cartoon that holds its place as one of the most controversial episodes in any cartoon, and it's on one of the most popular modern day cartoons, Invader Zim. But first, let's get a little bit of backstory on this show. On March 30th, 2001, the show premiered on Nickelodeon with the intent of having a cartoon that suited the 11 to 15-year-old demographic. The show was created by Jonan Vasquez. Nickelodeon canceled the show a few episodes into its second season because of the low ratings towards the target audience back then and the cost of making the show. When season 2 came around, the animation improved. Every complete season 2 episode, besides the Christmas episode Worst Christmas Ever, was never aired on Nickelodeon. It was all shown on the Nicktoons channel back in 2006. However, as soon as the Nicktoons channel showed reruns in 2010, it became the second highest rated show on the channel. Jonan Vasquez even said that he would have wanted to revive Invader Zim if Nickelodeon wasn't so greedy. Now, Invader Zim has had creepy episodes, but many agree that this episode takes the cake as the creepiest one of them all. No more stalling. Welcome to Dark Harvest. Our episode starts off at school, where Dib buys an X-ray device known as the X-scope, which can scan for people's organs. Jeez, I never knew they made stuff like that on the internet.
He scans Zim and notices that his organs do not bear any resemblance to human organs. During a lesson in class where Miss Bitters is teaching kids about how the song Ring Around the Rosie talks about the bubonic plague, Zim gets a case of head pigeons and is sent to the nurse's office, also mentioning that if he leaves school, his hall pass will explode.
Geez, if exploding hall passes is one of the things that this school has, I can't imagine what else they would have.
Before he leaves, however, Dib tells him that the nurse will discover that Zim is an alien. Realizing this, Zim decides he needs to be more human. How does he do this? By stealing the organs of children. Wait, what? Yeah, you heard that right. Stealing children's organs. On his way to the office, he encounters the hall monitor. Suddenly, he realizes that his plan can come to fruition and steals one of the hall monitor's organs. Dib decides to fake an injury by sticking a pencil in his nose and goes to the nurse as well to make sure nothing goes wrong, taking a hall pass in the form of a radiator.
Does it really hurt to take a simple piece of paper for a hall pass? I mean, what are they going to use next for a hall pass? A toilet?
As soon as he arrives, Zim is gone and he talks to the nurse. She mistakes the hall monitor sitting there as the green kid, and Dib scans him. He notices that he has a missing organ, replaced with Zim's hall pass.
Wait, so does this mean that hall monitor is technically gonna die whenever he leaves the school grounds because he has an exploding hall pass inside his body? Oh my gosh, they put in subtle murder.
Zim then steals the nurse's secretary's brain as soon as Dib leaves and replaces it with a can. As soon as the bell rings, Dib attempts to warn the kids of Zim's dark harvest, but it fails. Suddenly, Zim steals another kid's organ and replaces it with Dib's hall pass. As he heads into the cafeteria, he notices many kids have fallen victim to Zim, including Dib's sister, Gaz, though she doesn't seem to care because the organ she lost got replaced with her game slave. As Dib scans everyone and noticing all the replaced organs, he suddenly scans Zim, who now is full of organs.
Mind you that this art style looks very gruesome and disgusting.
And is now fat, trying to be more human. The two confront each other and Dib asks Zim if he has lungs, to which Zim decides he needs that organ as well. Also, can we talk about how Zim just pukes out some intestines and swallows it like a spaghetti noodle?
That is really disgusting.
Dib tries his best to keep the last other kid who's not been harvested, the school athlete Torque Smacky, from being the victim. He of course fails, and he tries his best to get away from Zim, but fails as well. And we get sort of a horror movie vibe from this final part. Dib has his organ replaced, and the scene cuts to the nurse's office with Dib and Zim. Zim's case of head pigeons is cured, but as soon as the nurse checks Dib's heartbeat, she hears a mooing sound and freaks out, saying Dib is not human. And the episode ends with a newspaper article showing Dib on the front cover, saying in the headline, "Hideous mooing cyborg boy found." And that's the episode. Man, what an episode this was. This episode definitely deserves its place as one of the creepiest because its atmosphere is creepy. This episode managed to define disturbing in a cartoon. Well, it's one of the episodes.
Yeah, I remind you that this is only the 4th episode in the cartoon. I mean, geez, 4 episodes in, we've already got something that's very dark and intense and disgusting.
It's not just the fact that this episode creeped out audiences, but it was also the cause of a very disturbing murder when 16-year-old Scott Dulesky committed a murder and carved out his victim's organs. During his trial, he mentioned this exact episode, and it said it cited his fascination for human organs. But he says he was joking, which could have been the reason why Nickelodeon refused to bring back the show. Which, did I say, it was not the show that did this, it's the sick mind of that person. I mean, this episode is disturbing and a bit graphic. With the fact that Invader Zim is back in comic book form, it would not come to a surprise if there is an episode as creepy as Dark Harvest.
Well, with that, guys, we have our scary episode this year. Now, it's not because of the fact that there's a nightmare fuel in it with horrifying imagery. It's the theme, the imagery, and the concept of this episode that makes this a cartoon horror. Well, guys, this has been Muscle Man Warrior 92. Hope you liked the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want, share it with people. And I will see you guys in the next video. And happy Halloween. Oh my gosh, what happened? All I remember is just feeling something on my head. There was a flash of white, and then all of a sudden, I just came back to reality. I have no idea what the heck's going on, but... Is there really a mooing cow in my stomach? Dang it, Zim!